Have you ever had to split a pizza, or a bill, or maybe a prize, and you get that kind of sinking feeling of, wait, is this actually fair? It's a problem we all face, right? That moment you're just trying to divide something up so that everyone feels good about it.
It really is a universal problem. I mean, from sharing snacks with your friends to dividing up profits in a company, getting it wrong can lead to some, well, let's just say some pretty awkward moments. But what if I told you there was a way to take all the guesswork, all that anxiety completely out of the equation?
Well, there is. And it's a surprisingly simple tool from the world of math, the humble ratio. You can think of this as the secret formula for provable fairness, because it helps us divide things not just equally, but equitably. And believe me, that difference is everything.
And you know what the best part is? You only need one simple, repeatable, three-step method to nail it every time. This is going to be your new guide for dividing any amount, no matter how big or small. You ready?
Okay, so here's the entire game plan. First, you add the parts of your ratio together. That gives you the total number of shares we're working with. Second, you divide the total amount of whatever you're splitting by that number. This is super important. It tells you exactly what one single part is worth. And finally, you just multiply that one part's value by each number in your original ratio. That's it. Add, divide, multiply. Let's see how it works.
All right, talking about it is one thing, but let's actually put this method to the test. We're going to start with a nice, simple example to see exactly how this works in the real world.
So here's our first mission. We've got the number 70, and we need to split it up using a ratio of 3 to 7. All this means is that one share is going to be 3 parts of the whole, and the other share is going to get 7 parts. So what's our first move? We just follow the steps. Step 1, add the parts of the ratio. So we're just going to take 3 plus 7, which gives us 10. Now this is the key insight. We're not just splitting 70 into 2 random chunks, we're actually breaking it down into 10 perfectly equal smaller shares.
Okay, and that leads us right into step 2. If we have 10 equal shares, what is each one of those little shares actually worth? It's simple. We take our total amount, 70, and we divide it by our total number of parts, which is 10.
And we get 7. This is our magic number for this problem. Every single one of those 10 parts is worth exactly 7.
And that brings us to the final step, the big reveal, where we put it all together. Step 3, we're going to use that magic number to calculate the final shares.
So remember our original ratio? It was 3 to 7. The first share gets 3 parts, so we multiply 3 by our magic number 7, and we get 21. The second share gets 7 parts, so we multiply 7 by 7, and we get 49.
And there it is, that's our solution. The number 70, when you divide it in a 3 to 7 ratio, becomes 21 and 49. And you can do a quick check in your head. Does 21 plus 49 equal our original 70? You bet it does. Perfect.
Okay, that was a pretty good warm-up. But what happens when the numbers get bigger, and maybe there are more people involved? Does the method still hold up? Let's scale things up and find out.
All right, here's our next scenario. We've got a prize of 2,700 rupees, and it's being split between 3 people. Let's call them A, B, and C. Now, their shares aren't equal. They're based on the ratio 2 to 3 to 4. So person A gets 2 parts, B gets 3, and C gets 4. Bigger numbers, more people, no problem. The method is exactly the same. We start with step 1, add the parts of the ratio. So that's going to be 2 plus 3 plus 4, which gives us a grand total of 9 parts. So you can think of that entire 2,700 rupee prize as being made up of 9 equal shares. And now, for step 2, we take our total prize money, 2,700, and we divide it by our 9 total parts. This is going to tell us the value of just one of those shares.
And there it is, 300 rupees. That's our new magic number for this problem. Every single part in that 2 to 3 to 4 ratio is worth 300 rupees. Now all we have to do is hand them out.
So let's look at the final breakdown. Person A gets 2 parts. That's 2 times 300, which is 600 rupees. Person B gets 3 parts, giving them 900 rupees. And person C, who has the biggest share, gets 4 parts. That's a total of 1,200 rupees. And if you look at that check at the bottom, it all adds up perfectly to our original 2,700. See, the method just works every single time.
And just like that, you've totally unlocked it. This isn't just some random math trick you learn in a classroom. You should really think of this as a new real-world superpower for handling fairness with total confidence. So let's lock this in one last time. If you remember only one thing from all this, make it this 3-step process. 1. Add the numbers in the ratio to get the total parts. 2. Divide the total amount by that number to find what one part is worth. And 3. Multiply that single part's value by each number in the original ratio. Add, divide, multiply.
And that really is the big idea here. When you're trying to divide something up, fairness doesn't have to be a subjective guess or just some fuzzy opinion. Like this slide says, it doesn't have to be an opinion at all. It can be math.
And now that you know the method, I promise you're going to start seeing ratios absolutely everywhere. In recipes, in business plans, in project budgets, you name it. So the only question left is, where are you going to use this new superpower next?